Good morning. Today is Thursday, December 10th, 2020, and I'm Miss Malloy. We are going to be talking about Mae Jemison. She is our very important person. Mae Jemison is an American engineer, a doctor, and a former NASA astronaut. She became the first Black woman to travel in space when she served as a mission specialist aboard the Endeavour. The Endeavour orbited or went around the Earth for almost 8 days in 1992. Jemison was born on October 17th, 1956, which makes her now 64. She was born in Alabama and she was raised in Chicago. She went to college at Stanford in California for engineering and Cornell to be a doctor in New York. Mae Jemison worked very hard. She studied and explored and was always very curious. Her parents encouraged her love of learning, but she was also discriminated against. She was discriminated or treated wrongly because she was a woman and African American. When she told teachers that she wanted to be a doctor, her teachers encouraged her to be a nurse because only women were nurses at the time. When she wanted to explore the stars and be an astronaut, she was not encouraged or she was discouraged because there was no or very few women in the field. Yet Mae Jemison persevered and she continued. She had a growth mindset because she had a dream and she wanted to accomplish it. She believed that with hard work and dedication that she could and did improve. And she did. She applied to NASA out of 2,000 applicants. So that's out of 2,000 people who applied, she was one of 15 who was accepted into NASA. So with her growth mindset, her hard work and dedication and believing in herself, she worked very hard and was able to apply and get accepted into NASA. So she is a lot of things in her life. She was a dancer. Well, she is a dancer, I should say. She began studying ballet at the age of 8 or 9 and entered high school at 12. Can you imagine entering high school at 12 years old? Usually you're about in 6th or 7th grade at that age. But she entered high school at 12. She was a cheerleader and she did modern dance. She really wanted to become a professional dancer, and she did dance in high school and college. But she did make a decision to study medicine instead of dance in graduate school. She is an engineer. An engineer is a person who designs and builds complex products, machines. She wanted to know why things work, know how and why things work. So she identified the problem, she identified the designs, she brainstormed, she explored, she built models, she experimented, and she made improvements. She is also a medical doctor or a physician. She diagnoses and treats injuries or illnesses. She examines patients and takes their medical histories to come up with a treatment. She makes people feel better. She prescribes medicine, and she orders and performs tests to help people feel good. She also educated patients on their diet and their hygiene and preventive health. Primary physicians like Mae Jemison focused on all areas of practices. She also served in the Peace Corps, which is to help people overseas. She is also an astronaut. This is probably how we know her well. And an astronaut is a person who is specifically trained to travel into outer space. They need to be brave, and they have to have extensive training and testing because if something goes wrong, she has to know how to handle it. So she has to solve problems. She has to be physically fit and do a lot of exercise to keep up her strength. She has to be able to handle stressful situations. Astronauts also have different responsibilities. There are commanders, so people who lead the mission. There are pilots, people who fly the plane. There are engineers, people who solve problems. And there are mission specialists, just like Mae Jemison was on the Endeavour. And even today, she supports education and research and technology. She is an author, and several books have been written about her. Several of these books that you can find in our library. So be like Mae Jemison and have a growth mindset and always believe in yourself. She says, never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. So in other words, she believed in herself, she persevered and worked hard and had a growth mindset. Have a great Thursday. Bye.